Hello everyone and welcome to the August 2nd, 2023 Brevard County Housing Market Update. The market has slowed ever so slightly since the last report. Currently we have 1,735 active listings compared to 1,648 in June. Meanwhile, pending sales dropped to 1,494 from 1,643. This is to be expected with summer in full swing. If you've been keeping up with the news lately, you've probably come across headlines talking about the increase in foreclosures in today's housing market. This may have left you with some uncertainty, especially if you're considering buying a home. In recent years, the number of foreclosures has been down to record lows. That's because in 2020 and 2021, the forbearance program and other relief options for homeowners helped millions of Americans stay in their homes during COVID. And with home values rising at the same time, many homeowners who may have found themselves facing foreclosure under other circumstances were able to leverage their equity and sell their houses rather than being foreclosed upon. As the moratorium came to an end, there was an expected rise in foreclosures. But just because foreclosures are up doesn't mean the housing market is in trouble. Many of these foreclosures would have occurred during the pandemic but were put off to keep people in their homes. Real estate experts have stressed that this isn't a repeat of the Great Recession. It's not that scores of homeowners suddenly can't afford their mortgage payments. Rather, many lenders are now catching up. The foreclosures would have happened during the pandemic if moratoriums hadn't halted the proceedings. Lenders weren't filing default notices during the height of the pandemic, pushing foreclosures to record lows in 2020. And while there has been a slight uptick in foreclosures since then, it's nothing like it was. To further paint the picture of just how different the situation is now compared to the housing crash, take a look at the graph. It uses data on foreclosure filings for the first half of each year since 2008 to show foreclosure activity has been consistently lower since the crash. While foreclosures are climbing, it's clear foreclosure activity now is nothing like it was back then. Today, foreclosures are far below the record high number that was reported when the housing market crashed. In addition to all the factors previously mentioned, it's also largely because buyers today are more qualified and less likely to default on their loans. Bottom line, right now, putting the data into context is more important than ever. While the housing market is experiencing an expected rise in foreclosures, it's nowhere near the crisis level seen when the housing bubble burst, and that won't lead to a crash in home prices. If you have questions on how the increase in foreclosures is affecting you, call, text, email, or DM me. I look forward to hearing from you soon.